I got all things that are good.
But some horrifying fish monsters are falling from the sky in Alaska.
Oh.
So we of course we can't fucking see the picture here.
It's raining. It's not raining cats and dogs. But
These
it's
things
raining
look
fish.
like fleshlights with eyeballs inside them that suck on to stuff, and like if like they have it sucking on a thing of glass there, and it's like if you ever seen those the vacuum fish or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fish you can get, the beta fish, I think they're called. They stick to the side, right? They stick to the side, and this kind of looks like that, but it looks like there's an eyeball inside, like it looks like a vagina and then an eyeball, maybe not a vagina. Looks like maybe
That's
a
a
rectum.
weird-shaped vagina.
Or, it looks like a rectum or a butthole, an open rectum or butthole that looks like it might be getting ready to take a dump, but instead of a dump coming out, it looks like an eyeball is getting ready to come out. This is some crazy shit, but then it looks like a fleshlight on the outside. This is some crazy shit. And this is, what do you call it? These things are creepy with a capital C. I've heard shit washing up from the deep sea, but falling from the sky. Could this be a possible alien life form? Yeah, I thought these are coming up from the sea, but this shit's falling from the sky. What the hell is this that it's falling from the sky? Because could these be like, what is the invasion of the body snatchers type of shit? You know what I'm saying? Where they fall from the sky, and there, we don't even realize it, but micrologically or microbiologically, whatever you want to call it, they're releasing spores into the atmosphere, and they're turning on. Like, one thing I've noticed recently, Brian, and I've noticed it with myself, I've noticed it with almost everybody I know, and it's really weird because nobody is addressing it, and everybody's treating it as it's their own shit that they got to get over, or they're just going through a different, like, a part of their life, but it's a different part, and it's just something they got to get through, and it's not a big deal, right? Or they're trying not to treat it like a big deal. But I see a lot of people confused, getting more and more confused. All right? And my example is, right, I have talks, like I remember 5 years ago having talks with my family that were very in-depth talks and very, like, detailed talks. And now when I have talks with my family, it doesn't seem like any of us are able to break the barrier of detail or, like, to really go in-depth on anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's like today what made me realize it was Ryan Sandberg from the Phillies. I heard it on the news radio that Ryan Sandberg from the Phillies resigned, right? And 5 years ago, I would have talked about that with my family, and like would have talked, and because we're all kind of sports fans, and we're all still kind of sports fans, even though I'm like adamantly trying to go against sports right now. But right, we would have all talked about that 5 years ago when Charlie Manuel fucking wasn't the coach anymore. We talked about that, you know, even though that was only a couple years ago. We still talked about that, and it was like, but now we've yet to even mention it. Not one of us has mentioned it to each other, and it's been a few days, and I've seen all of my family in the past few days. My mom would never care less, but my dad, and my sister would have mentioned that to me, but they haven't mentioned it to me. I haven't mentioned it to them, and I almost feel like maybe it's just all of us moving away from sports and not really giving a shit because the Phillies suck now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who cares about the Phillies anymore? We're not paying attention or we're not really following. But part of me feels like it's like, with all of sports, we're not, with all of sports, with a whole lot of other things, we're not able to really pay attention to them right now because we're focused on what the fuck's going on with me. Why am I confused? Why can't I, like, organize my thoughts? And why am I getting, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I think a lot of people are going through that, and nobody's, like, I'm seeing more and more people being confused, and it's like, I see, like, the clarity of conversations decreasing with everyday people. And it's like, I see it in myself, and I'm fighting it, but I thought it was just with myself, but I'm starting to realize, like, I think everybody's going through this. And it's like, what is really going on? You know, I don't know. Maybe it's some 2012 shit, and we're entering into the last phase of the whole 2012. From 2012 to 2015, the end of 2015, there's this phase that humanity, not just fucking individuals, humanity has to go through where we all feel kind of confused. You know what I'm saying? Because we're living in this confusing world where it's like shit's not right, you know? Medicine's killing people. Fucking, we overeat in one part of the world, and there's people starving in another, and nobody seems to care. And it's like something like maybe humanity or Earth or something is like God, I don't know, is affecting us and making us making our brains confused because this isn't right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And look, and making us all, forcing us to look for clarity. And when we look for clarity, what do you always say? If you want to change the world, start with yourself. Well, if we all are forced to look for clarity within ourselves, well, if we can find clarity within ourselves and we can all come to that, then maybe we can all come together and actually find clarity to start solving the world's problems. I don't know. That's some crazy shit, but I don't know, man. I've seen people like confused and shit. But there was another one. Hold on, there was another the testicle eating fish. I don't know how I go from such a deep philosophical point to the testicle eating fish. All right, there's a
This is
testicle eating
great.
fish found in a New Jersey, in Passaic County or Passaic, New Jersey. There was a testicle eating fish originating from Africa that was found in this river by a fisherman.
I got all things that are good.